Hi, I'm Kristen.
And I'm Danielle.
Welcome to the Twinstrands podcast.
This is episode number 4. I should have looked before we started recording.
I think it's episode 4.
July, August, September, October. It's episode number 4. October 2023. It's kind of half October 2023. Today is the 21st as of when we're recording. So there's actually still 10 days left in October. But our mom's birthday is next weekend, and so we're going to be busy just celebrating with her. So we're not going to have time to record next weekend and get the video edited and everything before the 1st. So we decided just go ahead and record this now while we had time. And so our works in progress for October are going to still get a little bit more work on them by the time we're done. But making the best out of it, out of what we can. Yeah. So busy schedules and all that kind of thing. For me, it's going to be a really short episode because I have no finished objects this month, and I only have 2 works in progress that have gotten a lot of work on. But that's all I've got.
I have 1 finished object, and basically 2 finished objects because the other one is going to be done like tomorrow. And then 1 work in progress. I've been on night shift this month, which means I have been in like full-on zombie mode all month. And like the days off, I've been doing other kinds of projects. Like I wallpapered our kitchen, and did some cleaning and just different things. And so I haven't had a whole lot of knitting time.
So, how many works in progresses do you have?
2-ish, kind of, technically.
2-ish. Do you want to go first?
Sure. Are you starting with work in progress?
Oh, finished objects. I guess, yeah, you have finished objects.
I have 1.
Do your finished object.
2. Come on, girl. Get all the way up here, sister. You can jump. Come on. Your butt too big. Oh.
Oh, sorry, Pip.
Yeah.
Sorry, Pip.
Okay, so Hi,
Pip. You get the rare appearance of Pip.
He always lays there.
You just can't usually see him.
We got a new tripod, and so you're gonna get to see why we're sometimes distracted when we're recording because the dogs are always here. Okay, so my
help yourself, buddy.
1 finished object, truly finished object, is a pair of socks. I said last month that I was hoping this month I would have more than just a pair of socks to show you. And I did not. So I did, however, cast on and knit this pair of socks in like a week. And I love the way they came out. I've been using that sock ruler that I got from Red Stag Fiber Co., which I do not have with me, or I'd show you, and it has made sock knitting, like, it's been such a game changer. But anyway, this is my pair of socks. I am so happy with the way they came out. The colors are really good. I like the way that the colors came out. The main color is Andromeda's sock yarn. I got while we were in Colorado. I'm almost positive that this is the Pikes Peak colorway. I posted something on Instagram saying that I was almost positive it was a Pikes Peak colorway. She didn't correct me. So I'm going to assume that is correct and that this is the Pikes Peak colorway. And then the golden color for the toes, heels, and cuffs was just a scrap that I had, or a mini skein that I had in my bag. I have no idea where it came from. The dyer, well, it came from a wool swap. I have no idea what dyer it was or colorway. That is this pair of socks. It's just a vanilla pair of socks. I didn't do anything special. Fish lip skips, heel, and 2x2 rib on. And they fit really well, which is nice. My other, which I guess will kind of bridge between finished object and work in progress, because like I said, they're going to be done.
Well, I guess I do have kind of a finished object.
Okay. You want to do that next?
Sure. I have a kind of a weird finished object to talk about. It's not knitting related, but I have been seeing on Instagram all of the videos where people are taking paintings and painting ghosts on top of them, and I have been absolutely loving them. I think they're so adorable, and I've been wanting to try it so bad. And so for our fall mist night that we did, Kristen found a painting, and I was able to paint some ghosts on it. I was going to show it in the last podcast, but I forgot. So since it's almost Halloween, I figure it's probably better to show it now. But I'll post a picture, like a before and after picture also, so you can see what it looked like before and after. But here is my painting. I painted little ghosts on it, and it's a barn dance. It was so much fun. Oh my goodness. It was just a blast. I really enjoyed doing that. I'm really happy with how it came out. It's really cute. Definitely would recommend doing that. And I have like no skills painting whatsoever. Like kindergarten painting is about my skill level. So if you're wanting to try it and also have zero skills, there is hope it may come out decent because you're just making blobs. So yeah, really enjoyed that. Would highly recommend doing something like that if you've been seeing those and wanting to try them.
Okay. Oh, yes, I'm distracted. There we go again. So my other finished object, kind of work in progress, is another pair of socks. She sees y'all again. I only have about an inch left of ribbing to do on the top, so these will 100% be done by the end of the month, probably by the end of the week. And it is a pair of self-striping socks that I just used a gray solid for the toes heels.
It's cuffs. West Yorkshire Spinners Partridge.
West Yorkshire Spinners Signature 4-ply in the color
Pheasant. I was close. It was a bird.
Danielle originally bought the yarn and then decided she was going to destash it, so I restashed.
I was gonna make a hat out of it, and I started up. I was gonna make like a muscle bra out of it, and I started it up, and I didn't like how it was looking. So,
it definitely. I don't have a color of it when it was in the skein. I don't have the skeins now, but it looked quite different in the skein than it did as it's knitting up. I have a muscle burrow hat with this as the inside, and actually, I don't really know, the Pike's Peak color as the outside, just as like a double-sided muscle burrow. And I do use it on the self-striping side, but yeah, it looks quite different. So anyway, just another vanilla pair of socks. I did on these try something that Natalie over at Knitting Natty does, and she puts about an inch of ribbing. She puts about an inch of ribbing right after the heel, to make it fit better over your Achilles tendon and things. She has a high instep. We also have a very high instep, and so it makes fitting socks a little more difficult because we have narrow feet, but in order to get the sock over our instep, it has to be a larger number of stitches. And I figured out how to, I guess I could have spoken about that on this. I have figured out ways to work around that on the foot of the sock. Can't see it terribly well, but I knit up to a larger number of stitches, decrease for the arch area, increase back to that number of stitches for heel, and it makes a very nice fitting sock if you have narrow feet, or if you want kind of the like the barefoot sock feel, where you have room to spread your toes more with without it being too big overall. So I did that on these, but on these I did do an inch of ribbing, just 1 by 1 rib here on the heel, and it does make them fit very well. So I'll probably do that more often. But again, just toe up, vanilla socks, fish lips kiss heel. I'm doing a 2 by 1 rib on the top of these, just changing it up ever so slightly. That is my work in progress / it will be a finished object by the end of this month.
Okay. I'm currently knitting on my half and half triangles wrap. I'm honestly not even going to talk about it because this is like the first time that I've sat down and knit it since our last podcast. I'm just knitting on it now because both of my other works in progress, I have to have my patterns, which are on my phone. So can't knit them. I'm going to talk about my my textured dinosaur knit. Is the pattern name, and it is by Angela Louise Wood. It's a baby blanket, a commissioned baby blanket I'm making for a coworker. I've gotten a lot of knitting done on this. On the last episode, I had gotten till there, and so from there to here, I've gotten done. You can't really see the dinosaurs at all. The light is just blowing it out. Oh, there we go. Now you can kind of see it. Yeah, I'll have to wash it and stuff when. But you can kind of see the dinosaurs. You can see them better in person than they're going to show up on camera. It's really cute. The yarn is very nice. I'm using Baby Bee Sweet Delight in the color Green Light. The yarn is nice. It's coming out well. You can see the dinosaurs in person very well. I am not enjoying making this pattern. I'll be very honest. It's not charted. It's not charted at all.
Oh.
And so it's just rows and rows and rows of counting. Knit 10, purl 14, knit 23, purl, whatever. It's impossible to memorize the pattern. And so, yeah, I have to count every single stitch on every single row. And it's honestly kind of annoying. But I'm almost done. I have knit... How many rows of dinosaurs have I made? 1, 2, 3. I've made 4 rows of dinosaurs. I'm starting on my 5th. I'm going to make either 5 or 6 rows of dinosaurs. The baby shower is November 11th. I really would like to get this done in the next week or two. That way I can have it done and hand it over to my coworker. So that way, because she's making a basket for her baby shower gift, and this is going to be in the bottom of the basket. And so, anyway, I need to get cracking and finish that up. I mean, I've gotten a long ways on it for what all I've been doing. But yeah, that's my blanket. I'm happy with it. It's really cute. I would highly recommend it. However, if you don't like counting, and you don't like not charted things, keep that in mind. If I were to do it over again, I would probably sit down and write up a chart for myself to follow, to be able to use, because yeah, it's a lot of counting.
My work in progress that I just cast on. I told you I've been working night shift, right? my days are all messed up. I am just coming off of my weekend, so I'm about to go into work after we're done filming here. So I cast on during my weekend. Don't ask me what day that was, but I just cast it on, and I've been working on it. Not even the full 2 days. I think I only cast it on right at the end of the first day off. So really, it's been a day. But it is the Lundy cardigan by Camille Descateau. And I am using the hand-dyed set dyed by Meredith Harris. Her Instagram title is She Cooks and Jams. And that's the same dyer that did Danielle's fade set. Which I took pictures of the 4 skeins before I caked them up, which I'm going to insert here. So you can see the 4 skeins, what they look like individually. This cardigan, it's just a brioche knit cardigan, and I am alternating between. Good.
I have a fuzzy in my eyelash. No, I'm good. Keep going.
I'm alternating between all 4 colors as both the front and the back of the brioche, just because I didn't want anything that was going to cool too much. And You can't see it a ton because I haven't gotten very far, but you can see how this is. The colors are a lot richer in person. Like they're dark colors, but they're very rich colors. I'm happy. I'm really happy with the way it's turning out.
That's really pretty.
I had to go up a needle size to meet gauge. Okay. Slight technical difficulty. I thought my mic was on, but it was not. I did have to go up a needle size to meet gauge on this, and honestly, now that I've knit multiple inches, I need the gauge swatch again, just to make sure that I'm getting gauge. I wish that it had the tighter gauge to it.
Yeah, it is a little loose.
It doesn't get quite as much of that squish as you get with brioche, just because the stitches are more relaxed, and so they're spreading a bit more. But it's going to be a cardigan, so it'll be okay.
I would be a little concerned. You may want to think about going down a needle size. I'd be worried about, with the weight of it, draping and stretching, not having the structure that you need.
If I go down a needle size, I don't think I'm going to have enough yarn. I don't know exactly how many yards of yarn that I have, because the yarn sleeve that was on these doesn't have any of the yarn information on them. It's just a sleeve that Meredith makes and puts on the thing. So it didn't have yardage. I'm going off of the 460 yards or 400 some odd yards that is average for fingering weight yarn. And so if I knit it at this size, I will have enough to make a cardigan. But if I go down, I don't think I will. I think it'll be okay. What I'm probably going to do is, like we do a lot when it comes to our sweaters, of keep working until I get to an inch or two below where you join for sleeves, and then put the body on hold, knit the sleeves, and then pick up the body and knit the rest of the body. Because I would like it to be a longer cardigan if possible, which on the project image, it is not like a long cardigan, but it goes down to her hips.
Hip length.
And I'd really like it to be that long, if not longer, depending on how much yarn it takes up. It doesn't have any sort of applied edge, like you are knitting the edge as you go. You're not really going to be able to see because of how the yarn looks. You can kind of see it on the top.
You can see,
but you're not having to pick up an edge, so that'll help. I'm not going to have to worry about saving yarn for a button band or anything. I'm not going to put any buttons on it. So yeah, that is my work in progress. I am also still working on a gift knit, but I can't really talk about that because it's a gift knit.
Okay, my next work in progress, I am going to be talking about and showing my West Knits MCal work in progress. So if you are doing no spoilers for the West Knits MCal, or don't want to hear about it, or don't want to talk about it, I will put a timestamp.
The dogs came through and Gertie yarn barfed my yarn all over the floor.
If you don't want to talk about, or if you don't want to see anything about the West Knits MCal, I'll put a timestamp for when I'm done talking about it. You have been fairly warned. Look away now if you don't want to see. So I am going to show you my MCal. So I'm not going to get too much into the whole drama of the first clue, because I feel like everybody's talked about it. Everybody's, gone all into it. I cast on the first clue. I was very excited when it came out. This is my first ever MCal, and so I was really excited.
West Knits MCal. You've done other MCals, haven't you?
You haven't?
Oh,
nope. I've never done an MCal. Too much of a control freak. But So it's my very first ever MCAL. The clue comes to me early in the morning on Thursday. I think around like 3 or 4 in the morning, and I'm usually a pretty early riser for before work. So I was really excited. I went ahead and cast on the original clue one. I went ahead and cast on that Thursday morning, and I was very stringent in not reading ahead. I didn't even watch the YouTube video ahead. Like, I was literally just watching the YouTube video far enough to do that step, just reading the pattern long enough to do that step. I didn't want any surprises. And I was right at the halfway point for the original clue one, and I hadn't been on Instagram that day at all or seen anything about it. And Kristen sent me a text and asked if I had seen the update from Steven. And so I went on and saw the update that the the concerns that were there for the pattern. And so at that point, I went ahead and watched ahead in the video and went to the end of the pattern to see what it looked like. And I could see what people were talking about. I don't know if I could only see it because I had already like heard what people were seeing, and then I saw it was before I had seen the finished project. But anyway, I could see what people were talking about. So obviously I did not want that in my knitting. But I was halfway through with the first clue, and I went back and forth what to do. I didn't really care for the square that he had recommended doing instead, but at that point there weren't any modified squares that people were doing like there are now. So I decided to kind of just do my own thing. So I literally had, this is my first, actually I think it's hard to tell. Okay, this was my first half that I had already knitted. And so I decided just to make just a basic triangle shawl shape on this half, but I wanted my lines to still go at a point. So I cast on just a couple of stitches in the middle and increased at the center and increased on the edge, and then also picked up a stitch and knitted it together so that way I didn't have to go back in piece. It was just all knit out as I went. I'm doing a terrible job at explaining how I did that.
Knit.
But I was increasing at the center, and then I was increasing one on the edge, and then at the beginning or end of each row I was picking up a stitch from my original half of my triangle and knitting it together with the last stitch of my triangle that I was creating. So I created this shape. It's not symmetrical, but I really didn't want to run out of yarn. I didn't want my shawl to be small. So I was pretty happy with how it came out. It's my first time ever having a problem like that in knitting. Like, I've created crochet patterns myself. What?
Finish your sentence.
I've created crochet patterns myself and like been able to see what I need and then just done it, but I've never been able to do that with my knitting. So I was pretty proud of myself for being able to do it that way. Oh, and I think I saw what you texted. Hold on. So I have thought something since you texted me a picture of the way this came out. And I was like, man, that looks familiar. I just realized why. Told you that. Oh, I'm crying. It's the Gru logo from Despicable Me. Oh my goodness. Oh, that's hilarious. Oh my word. I'm so sorry to ruin your shawl for you. Oh, it's It's literally okay, that's hilarious. Oh my goodness. Okay, well, okay. So that was my middle.
I guess that's
clue
one way to turn around the middle section,
right? And then here, clue 2 is this. So it is an eyelet pattern with a reverse stockinette in between. And I got all of that done. I've actually been ahead. I finished the first clue in 2 days. The second clue, I think I finished in like 3 days. And then he just released the third clue on Thursday. Today's Saturday, and I am like probably 2/3 of the way the first side on the third clue. So here's the third clue with all of the slip stitch details.
I love the third clue.
I do too. I was actually really, really excited when he came out with the third clue because I have wanted to do things like this before in knitting. I've wanted to do this like slip stitch type pattern with the floats in front as the decorative element. I've wanted to do that before, and I think it is so cool.
I want to do a whole shawl just with that.
I know
texture. It is gorgeous.
You're supposed to be decreasing down to 18 stitches, and that's how much I have on the first side, and then I'm going to do the same thing on the second side. I had hoped to actually get this whole side done today before we filmed, but our parents had a formal event to go to today, and so I was over at their house helping my mom get ready, doing her hair and everything like that. So I was not able to get quite as much knitting done as I was hoping to. But yeah, that's my Geo Gradient and Cal. You're good to look now if you're avoiding looking at things. I'm still hopeful that I'll be able to keep up with it and finish within a week. My goal is to keep up with Clue 3 and get Clue 3 finished before he releases Clue 4 on Thursday. And then after that, I don't really care if I keep up or not. Like Clue 4, I'm not too worked up about making sure I do that within a week or two of him finishing the make along. So what I'll probably do is I'll try to just knock out Clue 3. He'll release that on Thursday. I'm actually going camping next weekend, and I don't know if I'll take it with me or not.
So I know he said in his video, did you watch his full video this time?
Mm-hmm.
He said in his video that Clue 4 was where he was going to give the most modification options. So if you're not really worried about spoilers, maybe like just taking this camping with you and then seeing how the modifications
I'm thinking
turn out.
of just taking my blanket. Maybe I'll take the blanket and something else in case I get the whole blanket finished. But as soon as I'm done with Clue 3 and he releases Clue 4 and I look at, I'm going to just kind of put that on pause and finish off the blanket. That way the blanket is done. I can get it to my coworker. I'm not having to worry about that. And I know that she would like to get that done, like get it early so that way she can get her basket worked on as well. So yeah, but I mean, it'll definitely, the shawl will be done by our next vlog video. Like, I'm gonna finish it as soon as I'm done with the blanket. But yeah, that's all I've done this month. Is I've worked on the blanket and I've worked on the shawl, which, considering it's 21 days into October, I feel like that's a lot of knitting that I've gotten done, but it's only on 2 objects. So sorry, it's not very interesting for y'all, but hey, that's c'est la vie.
The only other thing I have worked on is I got a whole other stack of Battenberg squares done, which I need to count up and see how many I have. Because I have a feeling that it's going to be like not nearly as many as I feel like I have done. I think I did about half of those before the last vlog. But I know I did the rest of these because, yeah. I got a whole other, you can't really see, like another stack of 1, 2, 3, 4, 50 squares. Yeah, these have been nice. I've been enjoying this more than I thought I would. I have a feeling that I'm going to enjoy this part way more than the assembling part, which it's crocheted and joined as you go.
As you do like your solid color.
But what's been so nice about these is I can knock out a square in like 5 minutes. And so just knock out a square while I'm doing one thing, and then I can set the square down, and it's been very portable. I think once it starts getting formed into a blanket, it's going to be a little less convenient. But yeah, I've been enjoying that a lot more than I thought I would. I still don't know what color I want my solid color to be. I really like in the original, it's got cream as the solid color.
I kind of like
really
white,
like it.
White or cream.
I'm just concerned because I want to use the blanket. However, my yarns are going to be a mix of superwash and non-superwash. And so if I use white or cream and then it gets dirty looking, that non-superwash is going to felt. So, yeah, I don't know. We'll cross that bridge when we get there. But that has been all of my progress this month. Like she said, there's still 10 days left in October, so we still, like, I will get these socks finished and very possibly get to the point of joining for sleeves on this cardigan. Because I've already got a good 3 or 4 inches on that before the end of the month. But yeah, we will see. We'll see how it goes. Do we have anything else we need to talk about?
I don't think so. Next month is Thanksgiving for ye Americans out there, which I cannot believe. The next time we'll be talking to y'all is after Thanksgiving, which is crazy.
It seems like from August till now has just flown by, which it does this. I can't ever decide if it's because fall and winter are my favorite seasons, but it seems like June, July, and August just creep, and then September through till December just goes like that. And I mean, I haven't even done that much this month. Like, work, home.
I haven't been home this month.
Because I've been on night shift, like, I go to work, I come home, and I sleep, and then I wake up and try to do some things in the evenings before going to work. Then on my days off, it has been do stuff around the house and go to the gym, and that has been my entire month. But yeah. If you like the video, like, subscribe, do all the things. If you want to reach out to us, send us a message on Instagram would be the best way. Our Instagram handle is Twinstrands. Follow us on there.
Oh, hello, Pippi. You want to say hello?
Oh.
You say hi to everybody. Hello. Hi.
He is very happy to be home. He is such a homebody. He's been with Danielle at our parents' house for the last couple weeks. So he's very happy to be home.
But anyway, thank you for watching. I hope that you all have a happy Thanksgiving for those of you in America, and for everywhere else, have a happy November.
Halloween.
Happy Halloween. And
I guess by the time this has gone up, you've already had Halloween.
Enjoy your fall. The last bit of your fall before we get into like actual winter.
We had a couple of beautiful fall days.
Oh, it was
like,
so nice. For like
so nice fall
5
days. We had
days or
several really nice fall days. But then the last, like, I don't know, 4 or 5 days, a week maybe, it's been cooling off at night, like into the, I don't know, maybe 40s or 50s Fahrenheit. But during the day,
been like the
still
60s.
getting up into the 90s.
I had to turn our air conditioner back on today, which I had been able to keep it off and have the windows open for about a week.
Last weekend I think it was really cool all weekend,
Mhm.
and we were able to keep the windows open.
There was
Back into the
like
90s now.
2 or 3 days in a row where it was into the like low 40s at night. It was so
Yeah. Yeah, I went out to work cows one day and I was all bundled up because it was cold and it was nice. And now it's hot again.
unfortunately.
Hopefully it'll get back down to being cold.
I'm sure it will be. And we'll actually be able to wear a sweater for our
I know.
vlog videos.
Yeah. Hopefully next month it'll be cold enough to have a sweater on.
I know that y'all couldn't see it, but I was hoping to at least be able to wear my Halloween socks for the vlog video. And it's too hot. So they're just sitting over here next to me. I should have draped them on the thing.
Yeah.
That would have been cute. Oh well.
Well, have a happy November. Have a happy Thanksgiving to the Americans out there. And we will see you November.
Yeah,
next time.
month.
Bye.